Welcome everybody to Light Efficient Designs video podcast. This is our fourth one, the LED cast. I'm your host, Doug Nebelsberger, joined by my co-host, Rebecca Healy. And our special guest for today is Gene Cullen, our National Accounts Manager for Distribution. Hey guys, how are you doing today?
Good, how are you, Doug?
Doing good. This is going to be streaming on Thursday, Takeout Thursday. Support your local businesses
Awesome.
and get some takeout if you can. So,
Okay.
but yeah, thank you guys for being on here today. I think we got a little segment to get to know Gene a little bit better, and because we're all missing a little bit of sports, we all got a little sports going right now. I've actually got my I don't know if we can see, but Kyle Schwarber to continue my run of Indiana-related jerseys. So Kyle Schwarber, alum of IU, Indiana University. Gene, you had how many? One of your kids went to IU?
Yep. Our oldest went to IU, and then we have an ISU and a U of I grad.
Nice.
Nice. Soon to be grad.
There we go. All right, Rebecca, take it away.
All right, Jeannie. So I have a couple sports questions for you. The first one is, what is your favorite sports team?
Well, I'm wearing it. It was kind of a tough choice between the Cubs and the Bears, but I went with the Bears, and the reason probably why is because of I'm dating myself a little bit here, but back in the '85 Bears, the Super Bowl shuffle, all that time was a great time for us and for our sports team, and I have to say I think they went down as probably one of the all-time football teams of history, with Walter Payton and Singletary and all the great players that they had on that team. So
love it.
Very nice. And what is your favorite sports movie?
So I'm going to stay with the football theme here. I was thinking a little bit more about this, and I would say my favorite sports movie, and we watched this years ago when I have two boys and a girl, is Remember the Titans. And I think that kind of plays into, probably two of the best lessons that I would say would come away from that movie was just about change is inevitable and attitude's everything. So it kind of plays into this whole kind of crisis we find ourselves in right now, in the present. So I thought that would be a good thing to share.
Gene, can I hear you say strong side?
Strong side?
Yeah, like real, just give me a good strong side, You don't remember that part from the movie? It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Oh, yes. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought. Gosh, Doug. So there are some people that can reiterate all scenes from movies. I'm not one of those people. So
can we just get a good honest strong side though from you?
Strong side.
There we go. All right.
That's Denzel.
And hey, Jeannie, what was your favorite sport that you played?
That I played, these aren't necessarily my favorite sports, but in high school track, and I was on the track team and the swim team. So but probably one of my favorite sports to play would be tennis. So
oh, nice.
Yeah.
Mine too, Jeannie. We should be at a court.
And now pickleball, but that's for older people again. So I gotta stop talking. I want to stay with the young theme here, right?
Tennis is like the ultimate one-on-one, mano-a-mano, just you versus me. That's cool. I like it.
It's fun.
I like it. So we have Gene on today to talk about some of our Shoebox and wall pack retrofit lamps. They've come a long way since we launched them back in, really probably the early days were 2012, 2013.
Yeah.
And then Gene, you've been with the company for just over 4 years now? That sound about right?
5 years.
5 years, sorry.
Yeah.
And I think, so 2015 though is right when we launched those smaller size, like the 8090, 8089.
Yes.
So that was really exciting time for us. So let me pull up my deck here.
Okay.
Share. But before we dive into that, just a reminder for you guys to check out Salera-solar.com. It's our new landing page for our Salera solar lighting. That will be expanding out throughout the month of April. And if you're not following Rebecca at Retrofitting Rebecca on Instagram, you got to check it out. Great follow, great content. Thanks for doing that, Rebecca. So later, after we talk with Gene for a little bit, we're going to release some of the round 2 winners, part 1 of the round 2 winners. So the field is now down to only 128 entries. So we're still working on getting to 64, but we're well on our way. And today, like I mentioned, we're going to talk to Gene about Shoebox success, how she's been successful with the product, and she's got some really cool things to share with us today. So with that, I'm going to move it along. And Gene, you want to talk about what we're looking at here?
Sure, we can talk about the success. Like Doug said, it's, we've had the product right around a 5-year mark here, and we're on like our fourth and fifth generations. But this success specifically was at a building called the Atrium Building, not too far from our sales office in Cary. And if you look at the or the photo, you can see what the facilities guy had done is he wanted to compare not only the light distribution, but just the light levels of, lamps. So these fixtures are relatively new, as you can kind of see from them. They're less than 10 years old. They were HID metal halide fixtures, and they wanted to upgrade them to an LED option. So they felt that retrofitting a lamp would be their best option. So we have a corn lamp on your left. In the middle is their standard 175 watt metal halide lamp. And then to the right is our LED 88M, the mogul base. I can't remember if it was 4,000 or 5,000, but okay. To the right. So this gives you a really good diagram. Wait, do we have one with is that the second one, Doug?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So you'll see once again on the left, we'll call that, I think, hold on one second, what number is that? That would be 25 on the left would be your corn lamp. Yeah, that Doug's pointing to right there. Actually, it's the one above it, in front of it, Doug.
Here?
Nope. The one
here.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. So that's the 25. Then you have and that's your corn lamp. So you can kind of see the light distribution and the throw. Then the one in the middle is their traditional, a new HID lamp. You can see it's almost got a little bit more of a yellow tinge to, hue to it. And then on the right would be our 88. And he was super impressed by it. There's another photo after this, but you can just see the consistency of the light on the right, the fact that there's more light. I mean, you can see the pavement better, and even the throw is better. So in all areas, we excel. It's pretty apparent that is a great solution for them and a nice option to upgrade.
Yeah, this photograph, I mean, really tells the story here. I mean, you could even tell by like the number of parking spots that are like well lit.
Absolutely.
With ours on the right, I mean, there's at least 4 parking spots that look very well lit. The HID, I mean, looks dim compared to the other 2, and the corn cob, it doesn't seem like much light is escaping from the fixture there, which is a common misperception of the corn cob lamps. So
absolutely,
well, that's really cool. Let me see if I can clear all my drawings. Look at that, using technology.
Wow.
Well today. All right, and then hang on. All right. And then you have this, Gene. You want to talk a little bit?
Yeah, okay, we were missing one photo. You must have taken it out. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So once again, with that same theme and just showing you advantages of a directional product in a shoebox type fixture. To the left, you have our 8089M G5, which is our new reduced jacket, reduced envelope option. And that mimics the same size as the HID lamp that would be in that fixture. So it's a huge, not only innovation, but advantage over our competition. We are the only ones that have a directional product that actually is the same footprint as your ED28 lamp that you'd be replacing. But The bigger picture is if you look to the left, you see that you're only losing maximum 19% of your lumens within that fixture. Whereas to the right, when you're looking at a corn style lamp, a corn cob style lamp, you're losing upwards of, 43, 45% lumen loss. So not only are you going to be able to reduce your overall wattage that you're replacing, but you're just going to have a much better, solution and be losing a lot less light in that fixture. And that story just continues to go down and tell the same story, whichever of our products that you're using. So you're seeing that not only are you having a greater energy savings, but you're having more delivered lumens with less wattage.
I think my favorite might be the middle one there, where it's our 110 watt 8090 G4 against 115 watt corn cob. So we're 5 less lumens, or sorry, 5 less watts, but we're delivering 3,500 more lumens. That's crazy,
Well, we're 40 less watts because it's 150 watt, right?
The middle one's the 115.
Oh, that's the 115.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, my site isn't.
But yeah, that's significantly. I mean, that's over 25-30% difference there. So that's exceptional. And then I know one of the things you've already kind of alluded to, but was some of the new sizes of the lamps that we have.
Yeah, so really, and this gives a great illustration, but really some of the big, differentiating features of our lamps is, as we said, the reduced size. So on your ED20, your ED17 would be the top. We're mimicking that same exact size, 5.3, equivalent to 5.3, and then the ED28 below it. So your 8.3, and we reduced that jacket on our 250 watt replacement 80 watt lamp from 11.4 inches down to 8.3. So we're really designed to fit in every fixture, and you have your advantage of the directionality. The reliability of our lamps is superior to really anyone out there. And the reason I say that is we prove it with having a less than 1% effective rate and having that advanced cooling. So we have a great solution. And the majority of our competitors are not actively cooling their lamps. And I would say one other really big differentiating feature, aside from all the other ones I've already listed, would be the fact that we have that 10 kA surge. Nobody else has that. Some of the competition has nothing, and I think the highest right now with anybody else would be about 6 kA. So, So yeah, some really big reasons to choose a light efficient design product over a lot of the other, competitors.
Yeah, that's great stuff. And I believe a lot of the, I think there's an 80 watt and 110 watt, shoebox lamp that folds out there. I think the count's now up to maybe 7 people that are private labeling that and offering it. So,
that's the shorter you get, and you'll hear consistently when you talk to people, if you talk to anyone that's even remotely, familiar or with our products, is that we fit in more fixtures than anybody else to begin with. And now we've even got a better story to tell. And you're also going to get less torque on that socket. Now we do have, the support mechanisms that we provide, but even so, the shorter it is, the less pull you're going to get on that socket. So
yeah, no, that's a great point. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh, I can't pick mine up.
Just got back from a walk here. This is Ella.
Hello, cutie pie.
Jean, what kind of dog do you have?
I have a golden retriever.
And Rebecca?
I've got a husky.
A husky.
Ours are too big to lift.
A little bit bigger than Ella here. She's about 14 pounds. That's about it.
Adorable.
So. Don't bark at me. All right. So no, those are really some great points. I'm glad you pointed all those out. And the one thing too is I know our 8089, we marketed it as a 250 watt equivalent. I've already had a handful of people that have used it to replace that ED28 400 watt. And the crazy thing is it's still 11,000 lumens. And I believe when we first came out with our 8090, our 400 watt equal, we were at 11,000 lumens, 4 or 5 years ago. So very confident that that'll work for a 250 or even a 400 watt. And the most important thing is that it fits, right? If it doesn't fit, you don't have a solution.
Exactly. And one other point, just going back to that success story that I shared that I forgot to actually talk about, was the fixtures that are in that parking lot were unique in the sense that they were designed, the reflectors that were in there were designed to really have like a super broad throw. And it shows you, so when they originally had a company come out and look at them, they told them, you can't replace the lamps in here because the optics that are, what these were designed to do, and that's why they're a little bit farther apart in the parking lot, was to cover those dead spots. And if you replace it with an LED lamp, you will never be able to do that. Well, they proved them wrong with our lamp. Yeah, and you wouldn't be able to do it with the corn cob. They were right, but you can do it with the directional product.
Yeah, too much lumen loss with that corn cob. So
exactly.
Well, thank you, Jean, for sharing your insights. I know you've been very successful with these in your 5+ years now, and it's a big part of our portfolio. So I'll tease a little bit and say that this smaller size retrofit lamps, this is not where we're stopping. So you might hear a little bit more about that on another podcast coming up. Stay tuned.
Right. Perfect.
So now we're going to get into some of the Salera Madness fun. Rebecca, introduce us to our first region, please.
Awesome, Doug. All right, so now we're going to unveil the contestants advancing from round 2 to round 3 in the Retrofit Kids region.
We're already on to round 3. This is great.
Round 3.
All right, so we've got a couple national distributors. This is a classic showdown, Gene. CED versus CES.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm not going to make you pick. I don't want to put you in that position, but let's see who advances.
Thank
it's
you.
Michelle from CED. Michelle taking the W for CED there. On the bottom of the bracket, we've got a rep versus distributor, Ed from ESN versus Marcus, and the winner is it's Marcus from Voss Lighting.
Awesome.
This will be an exciting matchup in round 4. And that's before we get to a Salera 16. Stay tuned. Moving on, we've got another Voss partner in Tim Gable from Van Meter.
Yeah.
And the winner is Tim Gable from Van Meter. Moving on.
Awesome.
And let's see who his competition is going to be. We've got Robert from Dominion and Mid-Atlantic, and Mike
from Kniff.
Yeah, Mike Bemis from Kniff in Michigan. And moving on to round 3. We got Mike Bemis.
Awesome.
Great to see. So we've got a little bit of a Midwestern showdown in round 3 here.
Yeah, we do.
Iowa versus Michigan. Be a good football game too. Most years. I won't touch that one though. Moving on, we almost had a Rexel matchup. I believe there's another one somewhere. We've got Ralph from Rexel and Dan from Allied Light. Let's see who we have moving on to round 3. Ralph from Rexel is the first Rexel partner to move on to round 3. And then we've got a little rep distributor matchup at the bottom. Eric from Kirby Risk and Dahlia from Hall Marketing. One word, just made it 2 because it fit a little bit better. Sorry, Dahlia. But, and she moves on.
Oh,
Congratulations, Dahlia. Does a great job for us out there in Washington.
That she does.
And we've already had a couple employees eliminated from here, but we have Riley from HZ versus Faye, one of Gene's favorite reps there in Florida. How do you like Faye's chances here, Gene?
I think she's got it.
You think she's got it?
She is a go-getter. If Faye puts her mind to something, she's doing it.
She's had a lot of success with the solar products, hasn't she?
Yes, she has.
Good. Well, looks like she has not been successful here. Oh my gosh. So disheartening, but great job, Faye. Keep pushing the Salera products. Riley, you move on to round 3. And at the bottom, we have another Dominion partner and another Voss partner, Roger versus Mark. Advancing to round 3 is Mark from Dominion. Congratulations, Mark. Meet Riley. You guys will face off in round 3 here. Moving on. Oh, here we go. A quick word from our sponsor at Light Efficient Design. Rebecca?
Yeah, absolutely, Doug. So Light Efficient Design puts together these monthly pro workshop webinars. Learn, connect, sell better. They provide company and industry updates, new product releases, case studies, and more. Participate in quizzes and Q&As to learn even more. Sometimes you even earn LED swag. So if you've missed any, log on to our website, led-llc.com. Go under the resources tab. Go under videos. You'll see webinars. Below each video, you'll see the LED product written underneath each video. Back to you, Doug.
Sometimes you got to test the merchandise. You want to make sure it's safe before you send it out to your reps and partners out there. So safe. All right, Rebecca, our next region.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and unveil the contestants. Moving on to round 3 in screw and retrofits.
All right, we've got Coy from CESS versus Rick from Bishop in Georgia. And moving on is Coy from CESS. Congratulations, Coy. And you will be matched up against Rick Emery from EF Lombardi. Gene, how do you like Rick's chances in the next round?
Rick's quite the sports fan. You know, he goes with his 2 boys and sometimes his daughter. They make a mission to visit a different ballpark, baseball, every single year.
That's awesome.
They go on
That's
a trip,
really
and I
cool,
think
tradition.
the Cubbies and Fenton. I don't know. There's 2 that they haven't been to, and I think that's about it.
We'll get, if it's Chicago, we'll get them up here soon.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
Be on the lookout, Rick. Hopefully you're watching.
Yes.
All right. At the top, we have what we thought was Rebecca putting in her 2-week notice via the Salera contest. Turns out we're safe. She's sticking around. And
You're very safe. Very safe.
And she falls to Tim from Voss Lighting. Congrats, Tim. And you will be facing off against Chuck from Jex Pro. So a nice little showdown there in the next round. Moving on, we've got a little international battle. George from OSCAN in Canada versus Kelly from Colrick Sales in Maryland. Moving on, George, our friend from OSCAN in Canada. Congratulations, and you will be facing off against Richard Carroll's run comes to an end thanks to Kevin from Codale. Congratulations, Kevin. Meet George. Moving on, an all distributor matchup here throughout. Moving on to round 3, we've got Sam from Electrical Wholesale against Michael from Voss. Congratulations. Welcome to round 3. And now another quick word from our sponsor. Thanks again, Light Efficient Design. You guys are killing my advertising. Appreciate it.
Yes, they are. Totally, Doug. All right, so Light Efficient Design has these new A21, A23 retrofits. These high output lights have a frosted design to reduce the glare. 120 through 277 volt, 3, 4, 5,000 Kelvin temperature. They've got a 14, 20, 25, and 35 watt unit, IP64 rated, and Energy Star. Check out Rebecca Healy's inventory report for stock levels. Back to you, Doug.
Gene, these are pretty slick. Gene, these are pretty slick A21 high outputs, aren't they?
They absolutely are. You know, they really are. I mean, it's a great option for bollards, for glass, you know, post ops where you don't want to see the diodes. I mean, it's
absolutely.
Just, you know, and the fact that they're eligible for rebates is a bonus.
Yeah, absolutely. Energy Star DLC. Rebecca?
All right, absolutely. All right, let's go and unveil the contestants that are moving on to round 3, the work lights region.
Ooh, this is a strong region. Work lights, they're tough and durable. And we've got Wayne. Gene, do you know Wayne from World Electric by chance?
The name rings a bell. So it's been probably a couple of years since I've been working that market now. So
tough matchup against Samantha from Mountain State. She's a sweetheart. Might kill him with her kindness. We'll see who moves on. And it's Wayne. Wayne from World Electric. Congratulations. And in round 3, you will be facing off against Dan Mast from Platt. All right. We've got a little East Coast, West Coast battle. Not sure I would say quite the Tupac and Biggie, but, you know, we'll make it work. Moving on. We've got another person from Mountain States. Let's see if James can be representative of the agency and move on over Jared from State Electric. And he does not, unfortunately. But congrats, Jared from State Electric. And then we've got Cody from CED versus Clinton from ECOL. I believe they're in Canada as well. Let's see if we have another Canadian friend moving on. And we do. Congrats, Clinton, setting up for an international matchup in round 3. Okay, this one is highly anticipated. This is Pittsburgh versus Philly, the black and gold versus the crazy Philly fans of Philly. We've got Craig from Palicelli, One Source, and Hagen from Synergy. Gene, Rebecca, thoughts on who might prevail?
You know, it was very hard to sleep last night. I just keep thinking about the plays that they're going to do, and I don't know. I mean, but it's time. My hands are sweaty. I'm ready to go. Let's see.
All right. Without further ado, the winner and moving on to round 3 is Hagen. Congratulations, Hagen from Synergy and Philly taking over from Pittsburgh. Congratulations. And facing off in round 3, you will see Jason from Kirby Risk. So we got a little Philly Indy showdown here. Moving on in the bracket, we've got Jason and Steve. The winner is Steve from Kirby Risk. Kirby Risk and Voss, very well represented here. And then we've got Daniel. Gene, you know Daniel. We did we did a sales blitz with them. It was also SMR was one of our reps of the year last year. Shout out to SMR Gulf Coast. Great job. Daniel faces Dave. And it's Dave. Dave moves on. CED versus Kirby Risk in round 3. And a quick word from Salera Solar Lighting. Three shine.
Yeah, absolutely. What beautiful photos of Salera solar lights illuminating areas where there's no power or where they decided to go solar instead of running it with electricity. Thank you to those who've sent in photos to show just how powerful these Salera solar fixtures can brighten up an area. Please send your application photos to Rebecca Healy. Back to you, Doug.
Or send them to me. Send them to Gene. Gene, you'll accept the photos and get them to us, right?
I absolutely will.
These things are great. Thanks, Salera Solar Lighting, for supporting our podcast. We wouldn't be able to do it without you. And then I think this might be our last region for the day, Rebecca.
Yep. All right, let's go for it, Doug. Let's unveil the contestants advancing from round 2 to round 3 in the fixtures region.
Love the enthusiasm. Nothing like it. We've got Sean from All County in Wisconsin against Steve from Desert States. Cold weather meets warm weather. Usually forms a storm, I believe. I'm not sure, but Sean from All County in Wisconsin moves on. Congratulations, Sean. And now this is another big showdown. This is another big showdown. We've got Jason Thompson from Electra Sales versus David Dye from Electra Sales in North Texas. Gene, I'm sorry, but you got to weigh in. What are we thinking?
Okay, as much as I adore Jason, he's just the best. Dave is his manager. He is a superior. So I don't know. I'd probably let Mike Boyd win.
Okay, sure. I do got to say though, Jason has a knack for great food recommendations.
Oh my gosh, he's a foodie. He's my foodie.
Great food recommendations. So let's release the winner, and moving on to round 3 from Electra Sales is, oh my gosh, the anticipation is killing me. Dave Dye. Congratulations. Probably going to hold that over Jason for the rest of time. Moving on.
Exactly.
All right, we've got Mike versus Cameron, Kansas City, I believe, versus Indy or somewhere in the great state of Indiana. Go Hoosiers. Moving on, Kansas City, great barbecue. Can't complain there. Gene, you agree? Great barbecue in Kansas City.
Great barbecue.
The best. Well, some of the best. We won't say the best. All right, another international matchup, I believe, unless Burton is from Rexel in Canada, but I'm not sure. And Burton moves on. So representing Rexel, congratulations, Burton. Meet Mike G. And then we've got another little rep showdown. Archibald from Chicago, who's Gen C there, versus Tanner C. Battle of the C last names. Moving on is Gen C from Archibald. Congratulations, Gen C. Welcome to round 3. Okay.
Rexels again.
This is, man, this show has been the best. So many good matchups. Rexel versus Rexel. I still don't know if these guys know each other. We haven't had enough time to investigate.
Yes.
We've reached out to a couple folks, but no response. Interesting. So moving on to round 3 from Rexel is all the anticipation. Jeff. Congratulations. Welcome to round 3. Meet Gen C. All right. Little split here between reps and distributors. Moving on at the top of the bracket is Kent from Kirby Risk. Congratulations. Meet your opponent. Brian from Synergy, representing our Synergy in Philly. 2 people in round 3 from Synergy thus far. And that's it. That rounds it out. So just a quick reminder about Salera Solar Lighting's brand new hybrid 365 LED solar area light coming soon, very soon. Stay tuned. You'll have to keep an eye out for it. This is a hybrid unit, so it actually does wire into the grid only as backup in case the sun isn't efficiently charging the battery, maybe due to too many cloudy days. Hello, Seattle. But we've got you covered. This hybrid 365 guarantees 365 nights of light for you and your loved ones. So without further ado, that's it. Gene, thanks for joining us. If you want to stick around for a little bit, we might talk some current events. I heard that you're also watching the docuseries called Tiger King.
Embarrassingly enough, I am.
I mean, you gotta figure out something to pass the time. So I gotta ask, what are initial thoughts, reactions, or how far into the series are you?
I think we're towards. I think there's only a few left, maybe 1 or 2, because
there's 7 episodes.
Yeah, we're at least, I would say, 5 or 6.
So what are your initial? I mean, what the heck were you guys thinking? Who you watched it with? Your husband?
Yeah.
Your daughter?
No, with all of. I mean, so my daughters, they've kind of watched it on their own. My husband and I are watching it together. We just kind of wanted to see what all the hype was about. You know, it's
Did it
kind
live
of
up to the hype?
viral. Pardon me?
Did it live up to the hype?
I'm not. I just can't believe. I just can't believe it. I just think it's kind of crazy, but it is entertaining.
Yeah. Well, I wish I would have known before, because I would have recommended that you watch Lion King first to really kind of set the table.
I love Lion King.
I know. We watched it the other night. We got the new Disney Plus free if you have a Verizon subscription. I don't know if you know that.
We do.
So you just go on Verizon.com, log into your account, somewhere in there, you type Disney Plus, but you get a free year of Disney Plus. And then I think you're on the hook for like $6.99 for the next year. But great
you're
deal.
watching it. You're watching it. What do you think?
Yeah, it's nuts. I mean, like,
nuts. Yeah, I don't want to say anything that would maybe.
No, but I mean, it's just, I had no idea that this world existed. I mean, honestly, like, they introduced the first character and it was just like, all right, there's this one, I said this before, there's one crazy guy that lives in America and has all these tigers, and I still don't know how that's legal, but it's a zoo, I guess. I don't know. But then they start unveiling all these other crazy people. And it's just like, whoa, there's this like underground world of big cat owners, and you know, they're all kind of doing the same thing.
I know, that's what's kind of, you know, disturbing about it, is they're all profiting from it, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I mean, Carol, infamous Carol, she says she's rescuing these cats. I mean, her thing's even called Big Cat Rescue, but I just don't see how it's any different than what the other folks are doing. But
I don't either.
Some interesting people, though. I guess that's the takeaway, and it is sad though to see. I mean, I gotta put that in. I mean, it's you know, I'm always a fan. I think Rebecca, we talked about this, going to the zoo and seeing like the tigers or the lions, and you know, great animals, but you know, you like it a lot better when you know that they're in good
Yeah,
hands.
I was gonna say, I think it's time tonight that I watch an episode or two of this Carol cat thing, because I feel like, is it on Netflix?
It's on Netflix.
I've got Netflix, so I'm gonna watch an episode.
Joe
I think you might have to
Exotic.
get into like the third episode to really dive deep into
Yeah.
Carol.
For sure.
Just go to episode 3.
Yeah. No.
No, start from the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
And maybe
want
watch
the-
Lion King. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
Lion King is much better.
God. So it's got its peaks though, man. A lot of sadness, early on.
It is. It
Okay.
is, man, but it is one of the best movies ever. Animated movies.
Mufasa. Long live Mufasa.
Awesome.
Well, we've got about less than a minute, Doug. So
All right. Well, we'll wrap it up. Gene, thanks for joining again.
right,
Had a
thanks
lot of
for having
fun.
me.
Trying to bring a little sunshine to everybody's day by,
Right.
laughing with us, laughing at us. It doesn't matter. But appreciate you guys watching. Tune in for the next one. Take care, everybody.
Sounds good.
Stay safe.
Thanks, Doug.
bye, everyone.
Bye.